San Francisco 49ers. But before we get into all that, I got something to say, man. I'm getting to my Stephen A. voice real quick. Before he gets into something that he really wants to get into, that's probably gonna, have some type of criticism or whatnot. He lowers his voice. He says, "I got something." Before, he'll be like, before we get into anything of that, I have something to say, and then his voice just lowers down to like a stoic voice. I got something to say, dog. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe it's because I feel like I'm in a situation where there's a lot of people that are favored more than me and my establishment and where I work at, and maybe they get a lot of people are getting better treatment or getting better opportunities than me and stuff like that. Maybe it's because I go through that myself and stuff like that. Maybe you're not looked at as what you feel like you should be looked at and stuff like that, or maybe people don't give you a fair shot, or have a misconception about you and whatnot. Maybe that is why I am thinking like this. But when it comes to Sean Payton, man, when it comes to this job, man, this situation, when it comes to him, considering coming back to coach after just 1 year being out and whatnot, it's like, in my opinion, it makes it look like, bro, you never really wanted to retire. You just wanted to leave and then try to stay for a year and now go to another better opportunity. That's how really that looks like to me. And to be honest, I don't like that. Like that rubs me the wrong way. If you're a head coach, how would I feel if I have a Dolphin coach and Mike McDaniel is my coach? All of a sudden, Tua, no longer with us anymore as a quarterback, and he got old, or we don't resign him, and then all of a sudden, we don't have that much good talent anymore. Now we're starting to become a lower team in the league, and now we're not winning that many games and whatnot. Now we need to rebuild and whatnot. But my thing is like, okay, as a fan, my mindset is like, okay, at least we got Mike McDaniel. At least when we have talent again, we know that he's capable to bring us what we need to bring us. All of a sudden, he said, you know what? Yeah, I'm out. I retired. Okay, you retired. Okay, cool. We get it. You don't want to coach anymore. You stay out for 1 year. And that 1 year, okay, you on TV and whatnot. That's what's up. But then after that, you say you thinking about coming back to coach. My mind says like, wait, why didn't you just stay? Why didn't you just stay? So now, my mind says, like, okay, if you want to come back to coach, why don't you just come back to your own coach, your old team? You retired. You didn't quit. You didn't get fired. But you want to go to another team. Now, when I see that shows me that, nah, you didn't want to just retire. You wanted to leave, regroup, and see if you get a better opportunity to start winning again. Instead of staying in the paint where you was already at and just get back into winning in that team that you already was in. I'm sorry. As a fan, I don't like that. I think that is why, for some reason, like me and Nick Saban, I don't hate him personally or nothing like that. But to this day, I don't like what he did with the Dolphins. But if you gonna leave, don't go on a press conference and say, hey, I'm staying with the Dolphins. I'm here. Then the next day, bro, and I kid you not, bro. The next day, and the way it happened when I see him in the news conference wearing burgundy and everybody clapping for him, it was like, what made it even funnier was the fact that my mom, who don't know nothing about football, was like, hey, wasn't that your coach for the Dolphins? And I'm like, and the thing is, she said that, and I'm like, where? I look up, it say Alabama. He's wearing a freaking burgundy suit, and everybody's clapping for him, and he's handshaking the athletic director. And I'm like, what the frig is going on here? Next thing you know, My mom was like, yeah, that's your coach, ain't it? I'm like, yeah. What is going on? Next thing you know, the man, I'm like, I just watched a press conference yesterday with him saying that he's staying with Alabama. Next thing you know, he bolted. So, huh? No, he left the Dolphins. The next day, he was in a press conference. I watched the press conference. The Nick Saban saying, I'm not, listening to these interviews and whatnot, stuff like that. I'm here with the Dolphins to say, the next day, he is in a news conference with Alabama Crimson Tide. I have gotten to the point where I let it go. I don't hold the grudge against him for that no more. But it still stings, and I don't like it. Right? So now, because who knows what the Dolphins would have been if you stuck it out. You was already there for 3 years. You was already bringing in your players. You was already bringing in your program. Right? So my mindset is like, okay, after not even a year, you are thinking about coming back to the league. And then my thing is like this. It's not even that you come. Let me read the story before I continue. On the New York Post, it says Sean Payton could end up back at Fox Sports after flirting with NFL return. The coaching carousel might spin without Sean Payton landing on a horse. Payton, a Super Bowl winning coach on the Saints, who spent this past season as studio analyst at Fox Sports, appeared to be the hottest candidate in a cycle with open jobs that include the Panthers, Colts, Cardinals, Texans, and Broncos. However, Ian Rappaport on NFL Media pointed out on Wednesday, it does not seem like a second interview is coming with any of those places that initially spoke with Payton. The 59-year-old had an in-person visit with the Cardinals on Thursday. Payton coached the Saints from 2006 to 2021, except for 12 when he was suspended for Bountygate. New Orleans won 63.1% of the regular season games he coached. Two possible issues of hiring Payton are that he will command top dollar, and whoever brings him in will have to work a trade conversation with the Saints, where he remains under contract. The Panthers did not announce they hired. Okay, so now here's the thing. I hear what they're saying and all that. They're saying that he's still under contract. So now the Saints would have to want compensation for him to come to whatever team. But here's the thing. I don't believe all that. That's all hogwash for me. Right? This is all hogwash. Here's the thing. The Los Angeles Chargers, right? Everybody in there, and this is another problem I have. I know I'm part of the media, but certain things I'm not. There's certain parts of the media that I don't like, and this is part of it, right? The media, in my opinion, I'm gonna say it right here and there. The media were pretty much gunning for Brandon Staley, his job, and Mike McCarthy's job all season. All season. And at one point in time, I feel like, this is just me, no reporting, not anybody, not confirming anybody. I feel like Sean Payton was gunning for either the Los Angeles Chargers job or the Dallas Cowboys job. Nothing else. No other job was appealing to him, or potentially is appealing to him. And not just to him, to the media. The media don't want Sean Payton going to the Carolina Panthers. The media don't want Sean Payton going to the Colts. The media don't want Sean Payton to go to the Arizona Cardinals. The media does not want Sean Payton to go to the Texans. And the media definitely does not want him to go to the Broncos with a busted down Russell Wilson. The media wanted Sean Payton to be the head coach of Los Angeles Chargers, to be the head coach, team up with Justin Herbert. The media also wanted Sean Payton to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. And quite frankly, I feel like Sean Payton only wanted those two teams himself. Where Brandon Staley, he won a playoff game this year. That is a success. How can somebody who won a playoff game get fired? Up and coming head coach, young, second year, first year had improvement, second year made the playoffs and won a playoff game. You can only go but up. Why would he get fired? Come on, let's make sense of this, people. Why would he get fired for that? Because every now and then he makes some mistakes. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I'm human and I don't make mistakes. I forgot that I'm a computer and I get programmed and everything goes right with me and I do everything sequentially correct on an every millisecond with my gigabytes. I am sorry. Me, Alvin's Deuce, is a computer. I am a computer. For some reason, I don't make mistakes. Wrong. We are human beings. We make mistakes. We are human beings. We learn. We are human beings. We grow. Brandon Staley, 2 years into the job, is growing and learning how to become a head coach year in, year out. Learning from his mistakes year in and year out. His first year, he was called going for 4th and 5, 4th and 6. He was going for 4th down every damn drive. This year, he pedaled back a little bit. He said, all right, we're going to go for 4th down just a little bit. Every now and then we'll go for 4th down. Guess what? Because he learned from his mistakes. He learned. He grew. Let people have a chance to grow. We are not computers. The only perfect person, the only perfect being in this world, in this existence, is God. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The only perfect Trinity. That's it. We all make mistakes. We all fall short of the glory of God. So these head coaches with these prominent positions, give them a chance to learn the position, man. Stop gunning for people's jobs, man. This is all over. Every establishment, you have people gunning for other people's jobs, other people's positions. Right? It's getting to the point where people are not respecting certain people at certain positions. If they're the person in position and has that spot, respect them. Allow them to grow. Right? Allow them to learn and to become a better person, a better head coach. And for this example that we're using right here, we're talking about football, but I'm talking about all. Let people learn how to become a better officer, a better deputy, a better sergeant, a better administrator, a better office manager, right? A better general manager, a better director at a university. Allow people to be better, right? Instead of trying to bring them down the whole time. Allow them. These head coaches, allow them to be better. Allow them, give them some wiggle room. Stop criticizing them to the 10th degree. Why? Why are we doing that? Like you guys can't give, like Brandon Staley, you can't give the man a break. Mike McCarthy, you can't give the man a break. The minute Mike McCarthy had a job, you guys were pissed off he got another opportunity. The man won a Super Bowl before, man. He deserved another opportunity. As much as you don't like the man, Mike McCarthy deserved another opportunity. He won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers hasn't won a Super Bowl yet since Mike McCarthy. So now who is it? Before you say it was Mike McCarthy, now who is it? Is it Aaron Rodgers or is it Mike McCarthy? Because he hasn't won a Super Bowl since Mike McCarthy left. So now, is it still Mike McCarthy? Come on, man. And I just got to a point where I feel kind of disgusted at the fact that, from my perspective, it looks like Sean Payton was waiting for Brandon Staley or Mike McCarthy to lose their job to swoop in and get that job. Come on. Now all of a sudden you're going back to television. Now that Brandon Staley and Mike McCarthy are safe. I'm not making any assumptions. But the reason I feel some type of way right now is because the media was only talking about they was talking about teams that still had a head coach as potential positions for Sean Payton to be a head coach. Los Angeles Chargers still got a head coach. Dallas Cowboys still got a head coach. Why are we talking about these two teams when we have 5 other openings out there? This disrespectful to Brandon Staley and it's disrespectful to Mike McCarthy. They are still employed with the team. And you're talking as if they're going to get fired. If they don't get fired, I don't know, what are you doing? Like, who are you? You are not an owner. You are not a CEO of an organization. You are not in the meetings to make a decision of firing somebody who 2 years ago you took 8 to 10 to 12, 15 hours and a decision on the head coach and you chose him. 2 years later, you're going to fire him because you feel like there's somebody out there that might be potentially better. No. It's so much energy to start from scratch. You already have a program in place. You done drafted players from his philosophy, for his philosophy as a head coach. Now you're going to start over and draft different types of players all over again. Now you're going to start fresh again with a whole bunch of new players. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, what are we doing here, man? Mike McCarthy won back-to-back 12-win seasons. He won a playoff game this year. Come on, man. Allow people to grow. Give people chances. Give them a longer leash. We are not computers. We're human beings. We all fall short of the glory of God, man. And for me to see, like, radio people and TV personnel just talking as if there was an opportunity for Los Angeles Chargers and the Dallas Cowboys to even be a part of this situation, in my opinion, was grotesquely disrespectful to these two head coaches, in my opinion. That's just me. And now that they both are safe, and all of a sudden, I see Sean Payton could potentially go back to TV. Now we're going to all of a sudden, next year, if Brandon Staley and Mark McCarthy don't do good, have a potential of Sean Payton could potentially go to the Dallas Cowboys or Los Angeles Chargers Part 2. Come on, bro. Come on. And quite frankly, if you really like you sports people and sports guys really would pay attention to every situation, in my opinion, if he paid attention to it, the Texans would be the best landing spot for Sean Payton, man. You would have a fresh slate, top draft picks. You would just have to tell the ownership, listen, I'll bring in my own GM. Or if you decide to work with Nick Caserio, you can. But my thing is, you had a brain state. You got a quarterback that's already there who's young and has talent. Right? And then on top of that, you have the number 2 overall pick. And if you wanted, you could get another quarterback, and now you have 2 quarterbacks. You have Davis Mills and the next quarterback. Now you got two quarterbacks, which whoever wins, whoever does better, get the job. Now you are foolproof when it comes to a quarterback. I felt like that's just a better opportunity, in my opinion. You had a blank slate. Bill O'Brien did a great job over there. If Bill O'Brien went over there for 5 years and did a good job, you go over there and do a better job than that, man. Because that's how good of a head coach you are. My thing is like the people around him are not showing him that. It's like having a blank slate at Houston, and you have to pick of the litter. You can do whatever you want. You have a great starting foundation right then and there with picks, cap room, and everything. I don't get why he's not seeing that. But that's all I got for that, man. But now the conference championship. I have the Cincinnati Bengals beating the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know a lot of people's looking at me crazy about that. Like, why would I pick the Chiefs? Because I feel like Joe Burrow has arrived, man. And Cincinnati Chiefs, the Cincinnati Bengals, has beaten the Kansas City Chiefs. If I'm not mistaken, the last 4 times they played, they beat them 4 times already so far. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Patrick Mahomes has beaten Joe Burrow yet. So this is Patrick Mahomes' biggest test. And I'm going with the Bengals. Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers. I like both squads. I love the story. But I'm going to go with Philadelphia because I'm rocking with my dog. I'm rocking with Jalen Hurts, and quite frankly, he's a brother, and I'm rooting for this brother, and it'll be good for us, for our people, somebody like him, make the Super Bowl and even win the Super Bowl. We had Cam Newton. He made the Super Bowl, but he lost. So I'm always happy when I see people of our race making it, you know, to the Super Bowl. Shouts out to Doug Williams. Shouts out to Russell Williams. And shouts out to Patrick Mahomes. And if Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts make it, I think that might be the first time in NFL history 2 black quarterbacks play in the Super Bowl together. And I feel like Burrow is going to beat Patrick Mahomes, so it probably won't be 2 black quarterbacks playing in the Super Bowl together for the first time. It might be for the first time. I have to check that. But not only that Jalen Hurts is his brother, but he went through a lot, man, as an NFL player. And the reason why I bring up the Rays is because we all know Patrick Mahomes, he has the gifts. He's a prototypical quarterback, right? But Jalen Hurts is the running. He's the quarterback that now we have, get accustomed with the running quarterback, the quarterback where, the black running quarterback where, they feel like, they can't propel a team to the promised land. And Cam Newton almost did it. And now Jalen Hurts could potentially do it. And but then again, if San Francisco make it, that'll be good too. I also like Kyle Shanahan, and I do feel like one day he eventually will get a Super Bowl and deserves a Super Bowl as well. These, I like all. I like three of these teams. Kansas City, nah, I ain't rocking with y'all. Man. I'm going with Cincinnati on that one. But the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm not rooting any team for that. I'm not rooting no team. I'm just gonna watch that game. Whoever wins, wins. But if I would rather see Jalen Hurts. I would rather see, quarterback of his stature, of his prototype, the Vicks of the world, the RG3s of the world, the Cam Newtons of the world. I would like to see a black running quarterback, finally win it as well. But if Joe Burrow wins it, hey, he's a bad man. I feel like he's up there, top 3, top 5, top 3, be number 1. Will be the best quarterback in the league if he wins it. And that's what I got. And breaking news. All-Star starters has been announced not too long ago on NBA.com. The 2023 NBA All-Stars has been revealed. It will be Team LeBron versus Team Antetokounmpo. After LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo led their respective conferences in total votes. Below is a complete list of starters for next month's showcase. Eastern Conference, you have Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks. You have Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets. You have Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics. You have Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers. You have Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets. See, let's move. You got the Western Conference starters. You got LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers. You got Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. You got Zion Williamson.
He gonna be back?
I don't know if he's gonna be back, but he's voted starter. You got Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. You got Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors. Got ejected last night. And then you got the one and only Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks. That's a good starting. That's a good starting 5 for both sides. Let's see. Who would I? Let me see if I'm trying to think right now. Is there anybody that should have been a starter besides these starters? I don't know. Some people probably would say Damian Lillard scored 60 last night.
Yeah, I forgot about
it. And other people probably would say, I'm trying to think. Other people would probably say Jason Tatum's partner, Jaylen Brown, probably deserves to be a starter. But it's a good starting 5 in my opinion. It's a good starting 5. But the thing I got to say is so Kyrie Irving, he went from everybody ridiculing him everybody feeling like he is the team's he was the team's distraction, right? And well. Now, don't get it twisted, man. Like, if you guys were listening to me back in the days, I said this, man. When Steve Nash got that job, I said he didn't deserve that job. I said I don't think he should have been the one to get that job. Like, he wasn't ready. Steve Nash, to be a head coach in the league, like he came out of nowhere and was named the head coach. Shouts out to Jacques Vaughn. Jacques Vaughn has been an assistant for years. Jacques Vaughn is a protege of Greg Popovich. Jacques Vaughn, a former coach of the Orlando Magic. Jacques Vaughn has multiple years of experience. And let me say, Kenny Atkinson, the Brooklyn Nets with the old squad with what was his name? What's the quarterback, the point guard that was for Minnesota, that's for Minnesota right now. Minnesota Timberwolves point guard. Minnesota Timberwolves point. Let me get his name right now. D'Angelo Russell. Y'all don't remember the D'Angelo Russell Brooklyn Nets? When they made the playoffs? With Kenny Atkinson at the helm? That is why Kevin Durant came to Brooklyn. Because they were attractive. They had young players. They made the playoffs. The one problem I have with the Brooklyn Nets is that when you signed Kevin Durant, you should have kept your coach that you already had. You didn't need to change no coach. You didn't need to go to Steve Nash. You almost torpedoed your whole situation, man. And thank God that you came to your senses very late, but better late than never. You came to your senses and fired Steve Nash. He wasn't ready. Steve Nash is an up-and-coming coach, but not a coach that can coach two to three superstars in one right off the bat. No, he's human. He needs to grow. I just went on a rant about people needing to grow into their position and whatnot. Right? And to be honest, Jacques Vaughn was an assistant coach. And Jacques Vaughn, the minute he was named the interim head coach, they took off. Why is that? Players are going to respect a coach who knows what he's doing. People are going to respect a leader who knows how to lead. I'm not saying that Steve Nash is not a leader of men. All I'm saying is that he was still learning. He wasn't ready. Jacques Vaughn has been coaching, has been on the bench as an assistant for 10 plus years. He knows a thing or two. And with him getting an opportunity, he knows exactly how to put Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in the position to win. Now we have two Brooklyn Net players on the starting lineup in the All-Star game. Who would have thought that in the beginning of the season? Come on, man. Brooklyn Nets was in y'all for y'all. That was a laughing stock at the current moment, man. People will respect people who know how to lead. People will respect coaches who know what they're doing. You put Jacques Vaughn in there, Kevin Durant like, oh shoot, we running what? Oh, you know what you're doing. Kyrie Irving like, oh, baseline, oh, okay, all right. Hey, this coach know what he's doing. And we gonna hey, let's go, man. Let's play, man. Let's go. You know how they be doing this these special handshakes and stuff like that, and stuff like that. And they was like, let's go. We got a coach that know what they're doing. We're gonna show them boys. And they have been showing the boys. The boys are one of the top teams in the East. Nobody thought that in the beginning of the season. Everybody was talking about all the other shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that now, it's just about basketball with Brooklyn. And now that those two players, those three superstars that came to fruition on the Brooklyn Nets, now, there's potential. Now you see what they all signed up for. And big ups to Brooklyn for standing pat and telling Kevin Durant, we ain't trading you, bro. We just signed you to a 4-year, $180-something million deal. You're not going anywhere, but you got to at least play 1 year out of that 4-year contract. Now look, they stuck to their guns. Guess what? Now they're top in the East. They are top in the one of the top teams in the East in the NBA. And now you have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in the starting lineup in the All-Star game. Can you believe that? Wow. What a turn of events. That's all I have for you today on Thursday. Here today. Thank you for tuning in on the Deuce Sports Show every Thursday on Hosanna Radio from 6 p.m. to 8. I'm your host, Alvin Deuce. We'll be here same time next week. Thank you for tuning in to the Deuce Sports Show. Signing out.